Hi everyone, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and welcome to Soft Flow Yoga. Thanks for joining me. In this practice, we're going to be working on plank pose and side plank pose. Perfect postures if you want to build some upper body strength, but also work on your abdominals, especially your obliques. That's kind of the side portions of the oblique system or your abdominal system. Let's start in a nice, comfortable seated posture. I'm actually sitting on a block here. Feel free just to sit on your floor, on your mat, even on a soft blanket or a pillow. We'll start with some deep breaths. Nice full breath in to fill the lungs, and exhale to completion. Again, breathing in and exhale. We like to get into breath as a way of creating a strong foundation for ourselves. Helps us to be fully present, connected, and aware. Just take a few more breaths like this, experiencing the sensation of breath as it moves through your body, and also listening to the sound of your breath. You can keep your eyes open for this portion or close your eyes. Move inward. Good. Since we're going to be working a little bit with our core system, let's start to engage this part of the body. On your next inhale, feel your breath rising upward to fill your lungs, a very expansive feeling. And on the exhale, as you're able, draw your belly button in towards your spine, the light contraction of your abdominal muscles. We call this the abdominal lock. Helps with core conditioning, core strength, but also as you get into your moving practice, helps with stillness, stability of the pose, helps you move from pose to pose. Again, breathing in, feeling the breath rise, fill up the lungs. Exhale, draw belly in, feel that connection. Let's take 2 more breaths. We'll add a very simple movement. When you're ready, inhale, extend your arms out and all the way up, still feeling the breath rise to the lungs. As you exhale, arms come out and down, but you're still pulling the belly button in towards your spine, keeping that full connection to your abdominal system. Inhale, extend the arms out and up. Good stretch, nice mobility through the shoulders. Exhale, reaching out, strong arms reaching across the room. 2 more times, breathing in, extending the arms out and up, feel the lengthening through the sides of your body, and exhale. And 1 last time. Nice full breath in, reaching all the way up. Exhale, don't forget to draw belly in, connecting to your core center. And just come here to stillness when you're finished. You can even lightly and slowly roll the shoulders if you like. Let's come to hands and knees. Move through cat and cow. Inhale, just tip the chin up or look forward. Arch your back so you create a back bend. That's an inhale, creating cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine. Tuck the pelvis in, rounding the back, chin to chest. We're still engaging the abdominal lock. Belly button is pulling up towards spine. That's cat. Inhale, reverse it, tip the pelvis back, arch the back, belly drops. Heart opens. Exhale, pull belly button in and up as the back rounds, chin to chest. Do that a few more times. Even though the hands and arms aren't moving, since the torso is moving through these back bends and curvature of the spine, we are getting some mobility through the shoulders. Also, we're just creating some good strength. Plank pose. We'll certainly be on our hands like this. We want to make sure we're pushing or firmly planting the hands into the ground with strong, straight arms. Let's finish this breath and take 1 more. Let's go through a simple sun salute, but we'll start from our hands and knees, then move into down dog. Let's step the hands forward a little bit. Spread out the fingers, press the palms flat into the mat, keeping the arms straight and strong. Tuck your toes. Let's do 1 more cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then lift knees off the floor, send your hips into the air as your head and chest sink between the arms. Keep the knees very bent. You'll be in downward facing dog. Let's just hold for a moment, making sure hands flatly pressing into the mat, strong arms, even feel like your inner arms are squeezing in towards your ears. Let's go for a warrior one, warrior two lunge sequence. On your next inhale, pick up your right foot and extend the right leg back. Reach. Exhale it, send right foot to the top of the mat or just behind the right hand. We'll turn left heel to the floor, being sure to shift your weight back into that foot so you're balanced on 2 feet. That way you can lift your hands quite easily. Extend the arms forward. Inhale, rising up. Let's just hold for a moment in warrior one. Good energy and effort of the arm extension up. Inhale. Exhale, turn your torso to the left. Arms come down to parallel. You might need to adjust your feet a little bit, just so you have a nice strong foundation here while standing. Holding here for a moment. Aware of the alignment. Right knee and toes pointing forward. Nice tall torso. Outstretched arms. We're still engaging the core on the exhale. Belly button pulling in towards spine. Coming out of the posture. Big windmill. This left arm comes up and around and down to the floor in front. Let's step back into plank pose. We will be featuring this posture, but let's flow through it. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to an upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips into the air. You might need to adjust your feet, even your hands a little bit. Making sure your knees feel soft, hips can lift, long torso, and of course, nice, strong, straight arms. Let's do the other side. Inhale, extend left leg into the air. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel to the earth, shifting the weight back. Well balanced. Light hands reach forward. Inhale. We'll rise up. We'll hold for a moment in our warrior one. Continue to feel this good energy of the arms reaching into the sky. Inhale. Exhale, turn to your right. Arms come down to parallel and adjust the feet if needed. Making sure arms are parallel. Good distance between the feet. Left knee and toes pointing forward for the lunge. Our big cartwheel effect will bring this right arm up and around and down to the floor. Let's step back into plank pose. Let's go ahead and just pause right here. This is our plank position. I'm going to give you some variations too. First, we just want to be sure your hips aren't sinking too low. That'll put too much pressure in the low back and the wrists. And your hips aren't too high, so we're not moving into down dog. I like to get my hips about shoulder level. Now, if you start to get fatigued, no worries. You can bring the knees to the floor right here, but still pushing strongly into the earth with the hands, inner arms squeezing in towards midline or towards center. Let's continue to rest. You can even sit back into child's pose. You can start with the extension of the arms like this out in front. And even for more relaxed arms and shoulders, bring your arms down to your side. Your forehead can rest on the ground or bring in a block or a rolled up towel or pillow. We're going to come back to plank pose. And then we'll start to maneuver into side plank. And I'll give you some variations of side plank pose. Let's go ahead and just rise up to hero pose. Take a moment to roll the shoulders. And if the wrists are a little fatigued being in that forced flex position, feel free to maybe circle the wrists, wiggle the fingers, just to take some of that tension out. All right, let's come back out. Hands and knees, spread out your fingers here. Press palms flat into the mat, strong straight arms. Tuck toes, lift the knees. Hips about shoulder level. Strong. There's an energy moving through the top of your head, moving forward. Even imagine an energy moving through the heels of your feet towards the wall behind you. We're inhaling to create that length. You exhale, still pulling belly button up towards spine. You can probably feel already how this is very effective for building upper body strength as well as core strength. Remember, you can always do this with knees on the floor for the duration, or if you need to rest and take some of the pressure off. And let's just go ahead and sit back into hero once again. And let's just massage the wrists and wiggle the fingers. So that's plank pose. Let's do 2 variations of side plank. The first version, we do it with one knee on the floor. And I like it because it actually adds another effect of opening up the hips, but also supports the body. All right, let's come back out to hands and knees. What we'll do here, tap your right foot and just swing that right foot out to the right side. It might even go right off the mat. That's okay. Lean over into your right knee and right hand so you can extend the left leg back, keeping the toes on the floor. We're going to open up towards the left side of the room. So left hand reaching towards the sky, heart opens towards the side of the room. My left foot is just on the edge. I'm flexing the foot just to keep that leg energized. This is side plank variation, right knee on the floor. Just want to make sure that knee is directly underneath the hip so you have good stability. I'm actually pushing the pelvis forward. I sometimes say, imagine you're wearing a belt and you're pushing your belt buckle forward. That's going to help with that hip opener. Nice reaching and opening sensation. You can even take this left arm overhead for a side stretch. And because the knee is on the floor, not as much pressure is on this right hand that's on the floor. All right, coming out of the posture, carefully bring this left hand back down to the ground. Bring that kickstand back in, both knees on the floor. I like to do a little cat-cow right here, just to realign the spine, come back to a nice stable position. Let's do the other side. Tapping the left foot, swing it out to the left side, lean into the left knee and hand so I can extend this right leg back behind me. Keep the toes on the floor. Opening up to your right side, extend your right hand up into the air. The inside edge of your right foot's on the floor. Flex the foot just to keep that leg energized, help you to stabilize. Remember to push your belt buckle forward. Right arm can stay extended, reaching for the ceiling. Also be sure your left hand is pushing firmly into the floor and that left arm is straight. Just be aware if your elbow is bending and you're sinking. So a nice, strong, straight arm. Extend your right arm overhead, if you like, for a side stretch. For a little added bonus, I'm shifting my weight towards my left hand a little bit more so I can even pick up the right foot. Just an option. Inhale, and the exhale, and bring everything back down to the ground. Right hand, right knee. Bring that left kickstand back in. 2 more breaths, cat-cow. And we'll take a little breather to get off the wrists. I sometimes like to do a light pulse of the back of the hand onto the floor here. I'm not pushing too hard here, just for a little counter stretch. I think it's also very effective just to circle the wrists and wiggle the fingers. Alrighty, now to the little bit more advanced version of our side plank pose. Back out to hands and knees. We'll tuck toes, lift the knees. So we're back in plank to begin with. I'm basically just going to send my weight over to right hand and right foot and just swing open to the left side of the room, reaching into the air. Now here's what's happening. 1, flex your feet. So you can stack your feet or stagger the feet. When you flex the feet, it keeps the legs strong. Staggering the feet like this will help you with the balance. Be aware if your hips are sinking into the earth. Okay, too much pressure on that wrist. I can feel my body shaking, not very stable. Lift the hip. Reach up towards the ceiling with the hip, just as the left hand is. Belt buckle still pushing forward. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, let's return to the earth. If you need to rest, please do so. Otherwise, right away to the other side. Now, you do want to be sure your legs are straight here. If the knees are bent, okay, and you're still stacking the legs, you're not going to have very good stability, as you can see. Do make sure the legs are straight initially. Flex the feet to keep them straight and strong, stacked or staggered feet. Reaching into the air with the right hand and right hip, side plank pose. Very strong, working the obliques, especially the underside here. Upper body strength. Breathe in, and our exhale to slowly and carefully return to the earth. We'll bring knees to the floor. Sit back, hero pose. Massage the wrists. Maybe a little circle of the shoulders. And then just come to a comfortable seat, or you can lie down in Shavasana. Let's continue for a moment to circle the wrists, wiggle the fingers, that light pulse of the top of the hand or back of the hand into the ground. Give me a little circle of the shoulders. Very good. So that's our plank and side plank practice, building upper strength and working our core system. Come back to stillness. Take a breath. One more. And one last movement together to finish. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Taking one more full and complete breath. And as we come to the close of our practice, we bow, saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.